Guys, welcome to the presentation. We have two equations, and from those two equations we are going to derive and come up with the center coordinates, the middle of each particular circle, and also the radius. So the two equations are part A and part B. First we'll look at part A, but before that let's have a look at the general equation that helps us find the center of a circle that's not at the origin. The equation is x minus h all squared plus y minus k all squared equals r squared. Of course, r represents radius, where the center is hk. That's the x and that's the y. They're the center. So let's have a look at our first equation. What we're going to do is we're going to come up with the center and the radius, and then we're going to do a quick plot up here so we can visually represent it. And then we're going to do part B with another equation and see what we come up with. So let's have a look at part A here. It's x plus 2 all squared plus y minus 4 all squared equals 25. So what's the first thing we want to do is identify those points. So let's have a look here. We've got x plus 2. So in order to get the center is going to be x equals negative 2. You just take that plus and turn it into a negative, and this minus, that negative 4, turns into y equals positive 4. So that's the exact center of this particular circle. So negative 2, 4, let's mark them out. So negative 2 and 4 would be about there. There's our point, and that's hk respectively. So what else do we need? Well, we need the radius. So the radius over here equals, we're going to have r squared equals 25. Therefore, radius will be the square root of that. So therefore, r equals 5. So the radius will be 5 on that one. So it'll be coming out about 5 units. So if we were to do a quick sketch on this, and let me just mark it out, it would probably be something like this. It would go through about there. So there's our 2. As you can see, there's our 4, as you can see there. So that's our center right there. Let me just mark it out. 2, it's negative 2, 4. Okay, and the distance, the radius, is going to be how many units? 5 units. Okay, that's our first circle. Now let's go to the second one. Let me reveal that for you. Here's our second one. It's x squared plus y plus 5 all squared equals 10. So this is very interesting up here. We just got the x squared, which is the same as x minus 0. You don't see the 0, which means that x is actually going to equal 0. That's the h component from up here. The x coordinate, that's the 0 that goes right there because it's x minus 0. Over here we've got y plus 5. We do the opposite, which means y coordinate will equal negative 5. So there are hk's, 0 and negative 5, and we can mark them out over here. And the center would be 0, which is the y-axis. When x equals 0, that's the y-axis, and it's going to go down to negative 5. So negative 5 will be down there. So if I was to mark that out, that would be right there. Right then, just put an arrow right there. Okay, so what will that look like? Well, first of all, let's check out how big that radius is. And we got the radius here of 10. So that means we have r squared equals 10. Remember, that's r squared. Let me just check here. So that's r squared. So if r squared equals 10, therefore, r equals the square root of 10. That's our radius. So that'll be the square root. So if I was to mark that out roughly, approximately, it would look something like, there's our center there at 0, negative 5. So it would look something like that approximately, with a radius. Let me mark out that radius. The radius would be square root of 10. And that'll be square root of 10 units. And there you have it.